Okay, back on the euro dollar. Looking at the daily. For all the breakout traders that we're getting in on this breakout on the weekly. Saw a guy post a thing on, he said he was an analyst, and he had his chart set up like this on the daily. You could just die looking at this thing. He did it like this. He said, well, here's my system. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get in on a breakout of this price up here. So he's like, oh yeah, well, see up here, I'm going to go long here on the yen. Imagine this is a yen. Imagine the chart looks like this. Now, anybody would take this trade? I swear to God, this is what the guy has on his thing. If it goes up above that, I'm a buyer. And if it goes below that, I'm a seller. On a stop entry. So it goes up, it fills him on the buy stop. Now he's long. And then at the end of his analysis, just for the kicker, he says, use a stop loss that you feel comfortable with. So I'm thinking either he got this price here, and actually the price was almost like up here or some. It wasn't even at a breakout point. It was just like, I thought you're using like some kind of crystal ball that you got these prices from. It's mind blowing. It was mind blowing. Anyways, this is back to the daily chart, and this is the on the edge of this is where robots and all that nonsense have stopped. That's the weekly. Here's back in the daily. Same price breakout exists. So if you come in here and fix the scale on all your charts, it can be a little dicey if the market's moving into like 50-year lows. You'll have to keep resetting it and then try to grab and stretch it. This way, if you're on this, you're locked at this. All you care about is these pips, right? This is all you care about, right? And you built a channel on the 15 like this. Now you should be able to build these channels in 10 seconds. I mean, it's just not hard. The hard part is putting your money at risk. So here, copy that over and get like kind of an Andrew's pitchfork thing going here, right? Or just take yourself to the last known edge of that. So this looks like a viable, and this is equal proportion to that. And if you go up here and you turn the chart shift, you go into properties and go to common, and you want to turn this shift. Or I think you can also do it here. I never did it up here. I don't know why. Like here, right? Chart shift on and off. Now, when I used to trade years ago, I would have it like that. And then one day, I think it was inside of FXMC or something, I was able to float the chart, and I thought, well, yeah, then I can fucking project into the future, right? I don't have to worry about the being tied up against the wall here. Like, I can't even imagine into the future. So as soon as you do this, now you could even be very ridiculous, put it right in the middle. So this way, you know what happened, but what's next. And that's all that matters is what next. You cannot trade the rear of the chart, unfortunately. So you got this puppy locked in like this. You know that exists. You're on the 15, and you know that this was support. There's the clean double bottom, and you know sellers are going to come in there. And if it spends too much time there, those sellers are going to turn into buyers because they're going to realize that you're just walking down a half-hour stairway that's coming into, and I try to make this clear, on a site that's going to be defunct soon, because everybody just walked away and people tried to sell stuff there, cracking you up. But some guy, I tried to gently inform him that trading is about time frame. Because if I'm on the 1 hour stairway and I'm walking down this channel, right, if I wanted to slice it one magnitude thinner, I just doubled my signals. So if I'm going to enter on the half hour, I'm going to reduce my risk and I'm going to make money. I'm going to reduce my risk and I have a higher probability to make money because I can identify this double bottom. Like here's a bottom, right? So I can draw trend lines every half hour. There may be a need to come to your platform and do like this, right? And then I can start, when the market's quiet like this, I can start to create a trade plan based around the current pattern. So to make money all the time, you got to be able to switch from being a breakout trader to being a swing trader to being a trend trader. But it's all happening on the half-hour time frame, so you get all those phases happening. It's not something that's like if you're on the daily, you might as well go on vacation, or just put an order here and wait about a week for it to come back and retest that double bottom. And if that order doesn't get filled, then you spend all that time putting that order there for nothing, which is like creating jewelry in a jewelry store, and you make up 100 pieces handmade and you sell 5. So you just spent all that time with inventory. And all trading really is in the end is inventory. It's a very unromantic thing to do. Probably the only romance in trading is when you break out your Ikamushu clouds and you turn on the candles, and then you can sit down and get a nice glass of wine and go, look at that cloud. What I'm saying is, look at this painfully obvious double bottom and this double top. So this is a revisitable window in the future, maybe not in the next 2 hours. So I'm long right now on this bounce. I got long. I traded this bounce on the 15-minute bounce Ola, but I think if we take this out, I'm putting a buy stop in above. I'm long, but I'll add on the 15. And the 4 hour, I expect this to come back. Right now it's climaxing beautifully into this pattern. Double bottom right there. It's right inside the capture zone. You know, it's like in the lion's den of buyers. But I think the buyers will probably be bailing, like I'll be bailing here. I'm only looking to make 20 pips. And I could load the wagon and trade, 5 standard lots, right? But I'm not really that. I don't want to have to risk, $2,000 to make $5,000. It's just not my lifestyle. I'm not driving a Lamborghini. I don't live like that, so I don't need it. I don't need it, and that's really, I think, this is the most important thing is that it's not how many pips you make, it's how much money you risk. There's also, since this site is going to be defunct, if I don't mind saying, there's a room there where people talk about the market supposedly, and they never mention money. Not a lot of talk about money. It's kind of funny, as if learning about trading is to be some gentlemanly sport, but it's pretty harsh when you look at it. It's just math. I'm not a math guy. I'm a visual trader. I am trading the unfair prices that exist momentarily, and then I figure the market's going to retrace. So I'm a retrace trader at heart because I like reversals. I like when, Elvis lost weight. He was a little overweight, trimmed down, went back on tour. I like the turnaround. The trend, I don't know. If you're getting in on the trend, all your trend entries are going to look like this. Say it's a no-brainer that the trend's down here. Even if this is all you knew was this first part, you'd say, well, so you go the 1 hour, it's certainly a whole different world. Well, let's just say that this is supposed to be the breakout that was going to take you to the moon. When we took this out earlier, this was Friday, we were supposed to go to the moon. But this could be a whole week of pullback. But along the way, there's so many damn pips in here, because even if you only traded this bounce, you still made 40 pips here, and then if you sold into this, another painfully obvious structural bottom becomes a top. You have a sell limits there. And if you missed the boat, or you wanted to actually show up to your platform every hour and have the satisfaction of hitting the buy at the market trigger. But now you're 3 minutes before the top of the hour, and the stock market's going to close, and the you got about 15 10 after the hour the S&P closes. Of course, everything's open 24 hours now, but I mean, humans yelling at each other, I think they still do it in Chicago. So now look at this pullback here into the close. Now I put limits in because look at how this is turning on a dime on that double top. So that's an important price to these people. And the sellers came in. They weren't able to break out that 15-minute bar. Now, if you were a breakout trader, you definitely only want to trade breakouts when you're below 30 pip ranges. You know, unless you're looking to make 1,000 pips and you're going to put 100 pip ranges in, like that guy I told you in the beginning that had his entries in so far away. Like, what's the point? I mean, are you kidding me? You can't find an entry now? And the idea that this is market noise is complete garbage. If I hear one more guy, and I'm talking about people that write books and people that are getting paid money, if they tell me this is market noise on the 5-minute chart, there's no way this is market noise. This is the market. And they don't like it. These people don't like the market. They don't like the chaos. Because nobody should like chaos. Chaos is a bad thing. When bonds become tops on the 5 minutes, and you weren't there with a limit order pending just above this fake out breakout here, I mean, well, how can you miss this stuff? So right now, I have a buy stop sitting above that. I'm not filled on that, but I'm going with market flow here now, expecting in the next minute, top of the hour, there's going to be a climax move here. The spread will probably get wide, and the spread is definitely going to get wide in one more hour. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. These brokers roll over. Spread's going to get psycho wide. You don't even want to trade that. In fact, if you're winner, loser, draw, you're just going to get, if you're a scalper, you're getting out of everything right now. You're going to go flat into the 5 p.m. close because you don't want to be in. Spread's going to get wide, and even a scalper can't make money. So why would you expose yourself? Now, if you're an investor, if you came from the stock market world into the Forex thing, you're in trouble because the market goes up and down. The market doesn't really have a bias. Oh, it has a trend, but you could counter trend trade this thing all day long. Okay, we just came to the top of the hour. Now look at the 1 hour chart. So we got this little bounce. We have one bottom. Now we're going to place a buy limit down there because we know that bottom exists. And nothing that's never going to change. It'll always be a bottom. And this will always be the top of that bar if you want. Now you're in a 20 pip range now. Okay, I mean, you're not trading into the 5 p.m. If you get filled on anything here and the market zooms to here, you got to get out. If you get in here, you got to get out there. It's last known bottom. Here's the next last known bottom that's 10 more pips away. You could let one float and get out there, but you're going to tighten up your stop at break even, and you're up on the day, right? Double, triple your money if you can have at least an hour chart running. If a triple, again, a 1 hour chart, you run a 5-minute for the scalping. Now we've come back to fair value, so I'm going to buy on a stop of the breakout of that top. Place an order up there. If it goes up, they fill me. If it keeps plummeting and it comes back to here, I want to get in on a limit right there. So I'm going to put a limit down below. Put a few actually. This only lasts 15 minutes. This market has to spike down and rip up. These things make money, and if you can come up to this thing every 15 minutes or every hour, probably every 15 minutes, if I could get a robot to drop that. I haven't figured out how to. There is only one way I've found to make MetaTrader launch that script, and there's a guy who wrote a program. Some guy in Germany wrote a program, and it's called, it's like a mouse robot. And it just takes your mouse, and you record all your mouse moves, and it would just keep launching that. And you could have a hotkey assigned. You could actually hit a hotkey and launch a series on every screen, you know, if you have a hotkey keyboard. Anyways, that's where I'm at for the moment.